Well, I know that, Christian, but like every week we introduce ourselves, and Christian's like, and to my left I have, or whatever stupid thing you say, and everybody's like, who's to your left?
You guys should know who's to my left.
Shut
Everybody,
up,
please
dude.
look left now. Listeners, please look left. Turn, wave. That's me.
Welcome, fans. This is episode 3, the official episode 3 of the New Leaf podcast. My name's Christian. And if you want to contact me, find me on Twitter mainly at McJustin. And I'm joined by a few very good-looking hosts if they want to introduce themselves.
Hi, guys. It's Tyler.
Hi guys, this is Tanner.
And right behind them is Taylor here, and bringing you another episode today. And we're gonna start off by talking about our weeks that we just had. Action-packed as always. Tyler, Tanner, why don't you tell us about yours this week?
All right, well, mine started out just super busy, but one of the craziest things that happened this week was I actually played Battlefield 4 and started to just absolutely destroy with a sniper rifle, and it was awesome. And so now I'm like really pumped, and we may talk about that later. But yeah, so basically played some Battlefield 4, played some played some Just Dance 2015 with the old mother, and I'll tell you, I don't know if I'm made for that game. Yeah, dude.
Dude, dancing
My
with
mom's
your
got
mom is
skills.
always fun. Yeah, she does, dude.
That's called family time.
I'll
You
take
learn to
your word
love
for
and
it.
respect your parents. So, there you go. And but if you'd ever met my mom in person, it would just click naturally that she would want to dance with her son. I know that kind of sounds weird, but it's not. She works with teens all the time.
It just happens. Yeah.
It just happens, yeah. I mean, it's fun. But yeah, so I did that, and then I actually took over the puppet skit thing for my church. So I've been writing puppet skits, which has been an enjoyable experience. And then the only other thing I did this week really was I worked on my model kit, my Gundam, just slowly and steadily making progress on that. Hopefully it'll be out here soon for you guys to see. What about you, Tam, man?
Well, my week was somewhat busy, pretty much with other things. I've been keeping up here on YouTube, trying to keep up with Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, trying to keep up on news on that, and playing Infinity Blade 3, mostly, a lot. And just, I made a profit on a figure this week, and besides that, not really much is going on.
Yeah, Tam, you sell Transformers, right? So you made a profit on one of them?
Yes.
Yeah. That's one thing. One other thing we did this week is we transformed one of Tanner's masterpiece.
Yes.
Guy's name's Acid Storm. He's like a green camoed F-15E fighter jet. It's awesome.
Yeah,
You should totally check it out.
he's not one of the main jet guys. He's just in the background kind of characters.
Yeah, but he's still sweet, so it was pretty cool to do. Taylor, what were you up to,
You made
man?
a profit on it? What does that mean?
It means I make money off of it, Christian. That's what a profit means.
No,
Really, Christian?
I understand that. I'm saying, like, what, did you buy it and then put it together and then sell it?
Yes.
No, well, kind of. He actually buys.
We go to Toys R Us. I go to Toys R Us. I buy the figure there. Then wait a while on eBay and Amazon to sell it there later to see at a different price, and then I try to make a profit off it.
Yeah, because the thing is, the masterpiece Transformers are very, very rare.
After
But-
a year or two. they start getting higher price,
Oh,
and then
so
after
you
that they go higher.
so you buy it and
So
just like let it sit and then you sell it later.
yeah, and then I just try to keep one of my inventories uh and sell the rest pretty much.
Yeah, because you're a collector too, so you keep one of them
Yeah.
of each thing.
No, so you buy like a ton of them or
Mhm.
a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as many as we can find, really. It's just
That,
grabbing them is the
like
problem.
the condition, box condition, and pretty much that. And my other thing I like do, I'm starting with my business is I'm putting. Taylor may know what these are called, tracks from church. I'm putting roads. I came up with the idea, and I want to turn out in a ministry with it. Uh,
Wow,
so
That's great,
that's
Like
man.
tracks
crazy.
that
Are
you
you
wrote
doing those?
yourself.
Are you doing
n-
them in Braille?
no, Dad just gave me a stack from church. They're the little comics. Is it like no? It's not a comic, is it?
I don't
It's
think so.
like a little paper. Little. Uh, it's I don't know. It's in a rectangle, and it's like a little rectangle book, and we put that in the box with. I mean, shipped it with it, and uh, we Dad just told me that we have somehow there's a fee, and we don't know if we have to pay it or the customer has to pay it for right now.
For what?
It was a
What, the shipping
$5
fee?
some. Yeah, it's either shipping or something. I don't know. That was on us that we need to do it, or the customer. We don't know for sure right now.
Always blame it on the customer.
No, the customer is always right.
That's right. No, any extra fee you always gotta pass on, like tax, whatever. That's just how it works. Is
So
that all you guys been up to this week?
pretty much, what's up with you and Taylor?
Well, Taylor already said
Um,
his, I think.
no, I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, sorry, I'm totally lost now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are. You just need to stop. No, I just I've been working and working out like always. But all I really did this week was play more of Saints Row, and I'm about to beat it. And I've also played a lot of DayZ, and I'm getting more accustomed to the map and that kind of thing. And downloaded Worms because it was became free, when we all downloaded it. So I've been having some fun with that this week. And then I also last night actually my buddy bought a Wii U, so I went and bought a Wii controller and we played Super Smash online for like 5 hours last night, and it was amazing. So had a lot of fun with that. But besides that, nothing at all. It's been a pretty boring week, to be honest with you. So,
Is Super Smash Brothers as fun as everybody says it is? Because
are you kidding me?
it's
Stop talking.
Nintendo, so I don't really have an interest
Stop,
in it.
Christian. Stop.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Stop while you're ahead, Christian, because
Yeah.
they ain't none.
I'm sorry, I
The
just
whole
I
the hole you
don't really
dig may
care
be
about
too far to
anything.
get out of.
I don't care
Usually
about
people
anything
that are
Nintendo.
sheltered, yeah, usually people that are sheltered actually go to Nintendo, not the opposite.
Yeah, I know it's weird. Well, the thing is, Christian, you have to think.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys
I
are
think,
sheltered.
I think Nintendo. I think games that are out today that were like initially on the original Nintendo consoles will always be a fun Nintendo game, like Mario. But Super Smash Bros. Was originally on the 64, so I mean things like that, and all the other new stuff, like the dumb Nintendo games, I won't touch. But Super Smash will always have a place in my heart from years ago. So
I just
Mega
don't.
Metroid for us.
I never had a Nintendo. I mean, I've played Nintendo games, but not like a whole lot. So maybe I just don't know about it.
you don't just know about it. That's exactly right.
Well, Nintendo, I mean, like maybe the Atari had 4 controllers, but I mean, I just remember the N64 having 4 controllers, and I never had an N64, and so I just would go over to a friend's house, and we would play nothing but Star Fox and Super Smash Brothers all day.
Yeah.
I
My
mean, they
cousin had
were
one. I didn't
like
have one,
some of
but
the they were some of the first consoles out, right? Besides the Atari and
no, I mean Sega
Dreamcast, I guess.
Genesis, Sega Genesis was out before the Dreamcast. Sega
Actually,
Genesis
Sega,
and what? Were you gonna
Sega
say,
had
Trey?
one before that too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
I
know. I
but
think
never.
I know
I
it's the
would, but
Genesis, but
no, I would equate the Genesis to the 64 maybe. Well, no, I would equate the
PlayStation, I don't know.
PlayStation 1, probably.
to the Dreamcast. Well, I don't know. It's just all
Oh yeah,
messed
that's
up in
right. No,
those
no, you're
years.
right. PlayStation, and Dreamcast were competitors. I would definitely say Genesis and N64 were. It's weird because N64 is just so far ahead of that, though.
Yeah,
It's
well, I mean,
odd to
there's
get its
also
own
like
category.
there's also a Sega Saturn and all that kind of crap, and like a lot of different things we could talk about. But
I was probably too young for all that stuff. I don't know. And my
yeah,
parents
you
never
probably
had
weren't.
it.
If I was playing Sega Genesis, you probably weren't too young.
Well, your parents were probably playing it,
Yeah, my
like your
dad had it.
dad
There's
at
a
least.
picture of me when I was like less than a year old, having a controller in my hand. I'll have to find it sometime.
See, I was only like maybe 8 or 9 um, when I was playing the PlayStation 1, and I never had anything before that.
The only reason Christian hates on Nintendo so much is because he actually spent hundreds of hours on Nintendogs, and then someone broke his game, and he never liked Nintendo after that. So,
Oh.
I don't even know
The
what
truth
yeah.
hurts. It's rough.
Nintendogs is.
but but yeah, we could definitely. I could talk about Sega all day, but we can't, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my week.
oh please, I can't wait to hear it.
Well, this is kind of we can transition a little bit because Taylor can talk
But
about
yes, we can.
the first thing, the
Okay,
Daisy incident that we had.
I'll start. It started on my end. The story did. So
All right,
so
go ahead.
Christian is way out yonder in some city, and log in,
Well,
and
hold
I
on, hold
start
on.
walking on.
We gotta set up the background. So I'm pretty familiar with the game. Like I know the
Location.
landscape. Yeah, like I know the map. I know where I'm going. And I'm like fairly geared up. Taylor's a brand new spawn. He has no idea where he's at, where he's
I'm a
going.
noob.
So we're trying to like meet up so we can get like adventure together or whatever you want to call it. And we finally, after I don't know, like 2 days maybe, finally are able to meet up, like know where each other are, and we're about to meet up. And Taylor can continue
And
from this
then this
point.
happens. So I'm walking on the road, and these two guys come up to me, and I have nothing. So I lift my hand up in the air, and I'm yelling like friendly, friendly, like I have nothing. And both have tons of items on them. And the one guy said to me, uh, "Can you kill us or something? Because we want to spawn somewhere else, and that would be really great if you could just beat us down." I was like, this just sounds so weird, but sure, I'll do it. Like, okay. So they start getting undressed and taking all their stuff out of their bag, and I get all of his stuff, and I pick up his baseball bat, and I blow the one kid away. I just beat him to death with the bat, and then this other kid, the other noob spawn, comes up, and his buddy says the same thing to that guy. So the other kid kills his buddy, but the buddy has nothing really on him. So I look over at the other noob spawn with the bat, and he was like, "Dude, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm trying to meet up with my friend, so do you want to come with me?" He said, "Yeah, sure." So we were trying to run, and he had no idea how to sprint, so I knew that he was brand new, like just bought the game.
Well, this whole
So
time I was in a town like up ahead, and I'd figured out where Taylor was, so I was already making my way over to him.
right, right. And me and Christian are in Xbox party chat, so we're talking while I'm talking to this kid, but they can't hear us talking. So, anyways, so this kid agrees to going with me. So we start walking on the road, and Christian, I think we saw each other or something, maybe.
I was running up the road and I saw you guys standing there, So I kind of went off to the side and kind of crept up in the bushes so you guys wouldn't see me. And I waited
Yeah,
until you were
so
running by.
right, so I told Christian that when we come by to command us to get on the ground and like take us hostage. So then Christian, you tell
Because
this part.
like I
That's
said, I was
awesome.
fairly geared up. I was fairly geared up, so I actually had a gun, and I didn't have a magazine for it. But if you don't have a magazine, you can load one round into the chamber. So that's what I had done. So I pop out of the bushes, like I wait till they're running like right by me, and I pop out, and I'm like, "All right, get down on the ground." And the other guy like starts freaking out. He's like, "No, don't kill me, please." And then Taylor in the chat to me, not in the game chat, he's like, "Hey, tell me to do something weird to him." So I'm like, Ta so Taylor has a backpack. I'm like, "All right, guy with a backpack, get behind him and teabag him." And so Taylor starts doing it, and this guy, he's just laying on the ground. He's like, "Oh, the things we do for love." And
So
it
so
was
that
just so
happens, and
ridiculous.
then so
Things got
so
weird
th
real quick.
it did get
Yeah,
really
they
weird.
did.
So then I was like, "Hey, guy with the gun, can you give me my buddy a second here?" Obviously, so Christian backs up off the road, and I was like, "Thank you." Now Christian can hear this conversation I'm having with this kid
Yeah,
because he's that
I
close
can
to
still
us.
hear. Yeah, the new
So
guy.
so I'm like,
It's another
so,
reason why he's so new, because he can hear me. Like I could still hear him. I was that close, but he didn't know I was that close.
yeah. So I told him, I said, "All right, so on three, I'm gonna get up." I was trying to whisper to make it like seem like you couldn't hear us or whatever.
Well, the other guy
I said
was
on
whispering
three,
too. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, all
yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah."
yeah. I was like, on three, we're gonna get up and we're gonna rush him. I said, if you punch him a few times, I have my bat and we'll kill him. And he said, okay, okay, that sounds good. So Christian starts walking out, and this guy
No,
goes, "Go!"
no. He's
Oh,
like, Taylor's like,
oh
he
yeah,
comes up. He's like, "All right, guy with the gun, you can come back over."
oh that's right, yeah, yeah. And then that kid goes hard, like
Yeah,
trying to
he
lay
jumps
waste to
up and
Christian.
just sprints after me, like just swinging everywhere. And
And
it took me by surprise. So
well,
I fired my first bullet off
yeah,
and I
because
hit him.
but I couldn't hit him with the bat and kill him because I was gonna blow my cover. So I just kept saying, "Come on, dude, get him," and like trying to cheer him on. And then eventually Christian,
Yeah,
killed him.
I hit him with the first bullet and I was like I said, I only had one bullet in the chamber, so I was running around like trying to reload it and trying to avoid his fist at the same time. Because if somebody punches you enough, it'll knock you out, and then they can continue punching you or steal your stuff or whatever. So I'm trying to avoid this guy, and like Taylor said, he's just going nuts, like going off, swinging everywhere at me. And I finally get the second bullet loaded in the chamber because it like the reload button doesn't work, I guess, if you don't have a magazine. So I had to open the menu and right click or like drag the ammo into the gun to load it. So I was trying to get far enough away from the guy so I could do that. And I finally got it and got the second bullet in there and and shot him, and the second one finally killed him. And we just sat there for I don't even know, like a couple of minutes just like dying laughing.
I
I want
think
to
I
say
have
he
to
was
buy this game.
I want to say he was still trying to talk to us too when he was dead. Like I don't know if he was trying to get my attention or what, but I was like, I was like, I almost feel bad, but
It was it was
That may have to be a future video of ours. That
oh,
is
it's so
I
awesome.
fun.
definitely want to make some videos on
It
it.
was totally worth the whole like everything about it. Just it was so funny, but
Al-
Well, the
Along
that's
this
like
topic,
go
though, I
ahead.
really got to say this. W at the end of the podcast, I think last week, um, Christian was on DayZ and Taylor was on it, and they had not met up yet, so they were running and stuff. Well, Taylor ran into some trouble and actually like got killed or something like that by some zombies, and so Taylor was like, "I'm getting off," and he goes to Saints Row. But the thing is,
I
Taylor
was
keeps
just about to
talking to
talk about
Christian.
this.
Yeah, Taylor. I'll let you guys go on with
I
it, but
thought
man,
I
it's
thought
Oh,
just the
yeah,
Taylor
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
deception
I
is
forgot
real.
this happened.
I thought
I
Taylor
forgot
was
that happened.
still I thought that Taylor was still in the game, like he had just stopped and was sitting somewhere while he was playing Saint Tro. So I was still running to the last place that he was, and this is at the same time, like, this is I think the same life that I was on when we had met up in the other story. But I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
running up the road to where you were, and he said that he was in some kind of like radio tower or something, and like general description of where he was. So I found this place that looked like what he was talking about. So I'm running around and I see another player up in this radio tower. I'm like, oh, that's Taylor. So I was like, hey Taylor, I'm here. Are you, is that you up in the tower? And Taylor's like, yeah, 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 that's me. Come on. So I get up, start climbing up the ladder up to the top. And the other, I figured it was Taylor because the other player wasn't moving at all. He was just standing there. So I was like, yeah, that's him. So I was climbing up the ladder. I get to the top and I'm looking at him like, Taylor, are you on the game? Taylor, come on, I'm right here. And, and then Taylor says in the party chat, he's like, he starts laughing. He's like, I'm not even in the game, dude. And about this same time, the other guy starts talking. He's like this Indian guy. He's like, don't kill me, don't kill me. And I start
Oh
freaking
my
out
gosh.
because I thought it was Taylor. And I had a shotgun at this point and like a good number of rounds. So I start yelling at this guy because I'm freaked out because I find out that it's not Taylor and I'm standing right in front of him. So he jumps
Did you have your
down.
gun pointed at him at that point?
I
Like
had my
when
gun
you were going
out.
up to Taylor?
No, I
Okay.
had my gun out, but it wasn't pointed at him. Like, you have to like have your gun out and then you press space to kind of like bring it up, like shoulder it to fire. So I just kind of was holding it. So I start freaking out when I find out it's not Taylor, and I go down the ladder and I start yelling at the guy. I'm like, come down here, or I'll shoot you or whatever. And the whole time, like, all he's saying is like, don't kill me, I'm friendly, don't kill me. So I go back up the ladder and start talking to him again. This guy obviously didn't know what the heck he was doing. He gets on the ladder and starts going down. And at this point, I see two other guys running up, or first, like a bullet goes off, and there's like a bullet bounced off the grate that I'm standing on. So I'm like, oh crap. So I kneel down and I'm looking around and I see two other guys running up. And I figure, oh great, it's this guy's buddies that are running up to help him out. And these guys were geared up, they had guns and whatever. So they start yelling at us, and then I find out that they're not with the other guy. Like he's yelling at them too, like the same thing. Don't kill me, I'm friendly. So the other guys are trying to figure out how they can get me. So they're like down at the bottom of the ladder, just kind of running around, like taunting me and stuff. And so I start talking to them. I'm like, come up here, I'll kill you or whatever. And they're like, oh,
Well,
we got this guy.
Taylor's in the background going, dude, you gotta kill him. You gotta kill him.
Yeah, the whole
Like he's
time
going
just
I
off
was-
on Christian.
Yeah, I wanted them to kill all of them. I don't know. That's just what if you feel like if you have a gun in DayZ, you should use it. So
But you don't know how it works. Like, I don't know. You don't know if somebody's
I
got,
know
like,
a gun
friend
kills
sitting-
people. I'm pretty sure I know how a gun works.
Okay,
Gun goes boom.
Yeah,
Wow,
exactly.
okay. What? Anyways, so this one guy, he's like, "That's it. I'm just going up there." So he starts climbing up the ladder, and when he comes up, the Indian guy, he's just sitting on the ladder. Like he's not up with me. He's not down with them. He's just sitting on the ladder. And I kept telling him to go down because I was trying to get down. I thought I couldn't climb past him. So I'm trying to shoot him while I'm on the platform, and the bullets don't go through the hole for the ladder. So I'm like, I'm stuck up here. I can't do anything. So the other guy starts climbing up, and he just climbs through the other guy's body. I'm like, oh, okay. So he comes up, and obviously I have a shotgun. And the whole time the guy's down there, he's like, oh, he didn't have any ammo. Just go up there. Just go up there. So the first guy comes up, I blast him like right as soon as he gets off the ladder. I just blast him, and he goes down. And I was like, oh yeah, what's that? I don't have any ammo. I have like 30 rounds. So I reload my shotgun, and the other guy's like, no, and he starts climbing up. He gets up to the top. I shoot him once, and it doesn't kill him. He's like, "Oh, you missed, you missed." So I run around, and he's got some kind of melee weapon. I don't know. He's like swinging it at me. So I go down the ladder, crawl through the other guy that's still sitting in the same spot on the ladder, crawl all the way down, pull out my gun. So it's like roles reversed. The other guy's sitting up top now, and he's like, I can't remember what he's saying, but he decides to come down the ladder. So while he's climbing down the ladder, I shoot him, put a second shotgun shell into him, and he just falls. He drops off the ladder, and the Indian guy's still sitting in the same spot on the ladder. He's like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." I'm like, "Dude, come down here. These guys have gear. I'll help you out, whatever." And he's just like, I don't know, he just kind of starts to annoy me because of the whole situation, and I just shoot him, and he just drops off the ladder. And when
Poor
you
guy.
when you kill somebody in DayZ, you can still hear their voice chat for a couple of seconds, and the whole time he's falling down the ladder, he's like, "F you, F you." It's, I don't know. Of course, all their gear
I'll
is
tell you,
like
dude.
ruined.
Hey, when you play like I play games like that, you actually have fun. So I'm just telling you.
Oh,
I
it's
think we
definitely one of the most intense moments. I've got a couple other
I think
stories, like, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think we'd play well together because I'm so reserved and like Taylor's so outgoing, and you it's I think that it'd make a good team. We just have to find each other. I have already pre-bought this in my head, so it's gonna be happening.
Well, the thing is
Um,
like, you don't know, like, there's zombies in the game. It's a zombie survival game, but the zombies aren't the main threat. It's the other players you gotta watch out for because you have no idea what they're gonna do. I mean, some people, like Taylor, met guys that are just super friendly. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Here's some stuff. Here's some food, whatever." And then there's some people that, like, they'll just shoot you before they even talk to you. Even if you're a brand new spawn, as soon as they see you, they'll just shoot you just because they think it's
they
fun.
don't even buy you dinner first. They
Yeah,
just shoot you.
Right,
yeah, they
right.
shoot first, ask questions later.
But like I said,
Pretty
I've got
much,
a
like
few
no
other
joke.
stories, like the time that these super geared up guys made me and another new spawn fist fight on the roof for like a can of food or something, but that'll like fight to the death. But that'll be for another
That's
time.
awesome. Another
Uh,
day. You know what? Like
yeah,
I think one of the cool things about like that type of game is that it just gives you experiences. Like it's got a core gameplay, but it's just like the experience of it is just so cool and unique that that's what
I mean,
makes
that's
it.
the
And you
draw
know,
to it because it's still early access, so it's really buggy, not finished.
yeah, I mean, I think that that's a good segue into. I mean, like we're our main topic today is going to be esports, and I mean that's just a whole new level of gaming.
EA
Yeah,
That
done with my
Sports in the
week.
game.
oh my bad, I thought you were done. Here, edit that
You
out.
just
I
cut me
love you,
off. Jeez.
Christian.
Well, the rest of it's gonna be pretty short. I did finish Assassin's Creed Unity. I think I talked about it a couple episodes ago about I think maybe the episode that we lost, but one that I'd kind of lost interest in playing. So I kind of made myself get back into it, and I finished the story. It was okay, but it wasn't anything like really awesome. I probably am not gonna go back and do all the side stuff, and I don't think I'm gonna do the co-op stuff. So I'll probably trade that in for something else. But it was alright. It was alright. I like Assassin's Creed games. Um, the free game for February, which has already been released, is iDarb, which I played a little bit earlier. Taylor played. It's kind of fun, a little weird. We'll probably make some videos on that. But it is a lot of fun. It reminds me, if anybody has played the Battle Block Theater basketball game mode, it's kind of like that. Actually, it's like a lot like that. Really fast, really crazy, intense. You're like trying to shoot a soccer
Obnoxious.
ball into a goal. Yeah, it is kind of obnoxious, but it's hilarious. Like, what was I don't think we ever did the bonus rounds, Taylor, but I did one with Graham we were playing with earlier, and the first one you you flew your guy around in space and shot these little pegs out of him to try to shoot the other player, and it lasted for like 10 seconds and went back to the actual game. And then I was playing one with a random earlier, where it was like a Flappy Bird thing. You were trying to like flap through, not flap, it was just your character. You're trying to like bounce through these pipes for like 5 seconds and went back to the real game. It's just totally ridiculous. Um, and then that was about it for like gaming stuff. I played a little bit more of Marvel Heroes, but nothing to really talk about. Um, but the other thing is, me and my wife joined like a real gym this week, and that's been something I've wanted to do for
Woo!
a while. So we've gone every day so far, and I'm probably gonna have to go tonight after we finish with this. But it's a 24-hour gym, so it works pretty well with our schedules. So I'm excited about doing that, getting in shape, I guess. And that's all I've got for this week.
I'm super happy you guys joined the gym.
I am too, trust me.
I joined the
All right,
Y, but
Tyler.
I have only gone once.
Oh, you gotta go every day, dude. Get your money's worth.
Oh, Christian, please don't act like you're preaching that to him. Of all
I don't have
people.
time to go every day.
That's why you
Unless-
need a 24-hour.
Yeah. It just doesn't work out in my schedule. My family's very, very busy.
All right, Tyler. Now you can transition.
All right, guys. Now that Christian's month in review is over, we can go on to the. Just kidding.
Poor Christian.
Just kidding. Okay. So yeah, I was going to talk about esports, and
It's in the game.
that's EA Sports, Tanner. Esports and EA Sports are just a tad different, but that's a good. I guess I can bring that up. What do you guys think about sports games in the esports world?
I don't think sports games are really big time in esports. That's kind of weird, but esports are more like Counter-Strike, Halo, Call of Duty, things like that. I don't really see a lot of sport, like actual sport games being an esport.
I see. Now, you know what? That reminded me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Street Fighter or.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, I mean, like if you
No.
go on YouTube and just check out the Street Fighter like esport tournaments that there are,
I don't wanna
it is
watch 'em.
ridiculous. Oh man, I love them. I think
can't
they're a
handle it.
blast. Like
I can't handle watching those guys. They're so good.
Yeah, they're so
It's
good at
crazy.
the games. It's ridiculous.
Well, back to the question about the sports things. I feel like maybe 6 years ago, I feel like Madden was more in the loop of like competition tournament gaming than the games we have today. I think sports used to be pretty big with the gaming tournaments and stuff, but nowadays it's just kind of overlooked, and they know that not everybody is a sports player anymore, like or a football game player or a basketball game player. They play shooters predominantly, so.
Well, I think most of the people that play the actual sports games are more sports fans than gaming fans, if you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I
Like
understand.
I don't think a lot of people that play those games would play like in tournaments and things like that. I think that's more for like Halo. I think Halo has been a pretty big staple of the esports circuit, and a lot of like Unreal Tournament. It's been mostly PC in the past, I think. Just recently it's kind of come to the console market.
what is okay?
Um,
So I mean, what is the favorite like of your esports that you've personally played? Like, which one's your best?
Considering the only one I've ever actually partaken in is Halo 2, probably Halo 2.
Well, I've never played like in a tournament or anything, but I'd probably say that Halo franchise is my favorite franchise that's been in. What's the problem?
It sounded like you
This
said
is on a
French
different
fries.
topic.
The Halo
I
French
didn't-
fries. That's what it sounded like. You sounded like you said French fries.
We got the Halo French fries.
We like some ketchup with that, sir. The drink.
Why do you guys have to do this to me?
But yeah,
I didn't
have
really
to
catch
agree.
it, but
Pull up to the second window, please.
Taylor just like started
Taylor's
laughing
just
hysterically,
hearing
which made
things.
me. Yeah.
I'm always good at picking out
Anyways.
people's flaws.
Congratulations. But anyways, the Halo series it would probably be my favorite as far as a game that's been used for esports. I mean, I've
Also, not
played
just playing it, but watching it. Sorry.
Well, to watch, I don't really like watching first-person shooters, I guess. I really the only thing I've watched is probably StarCraft 2 tournaments. I haven't really watched anything else because I'd rather play a game than watch it.
Nerd.
Shut up, dude. StarCraft 2 is good. That's another one that actually might be pretty high on my list of favorites for games that could be an esport is StarCraft.
Yeah, that's a topic we'll discuss a little later.
We're discussing it now.
But now that, yeah, now I was gonna say now it's brought up. I mean, Taylor, do you have any game that you think deserves an esport, or you'd like to see it, even if it's just some funny, like it would never happen in real life? But what would you pick?
That's a good question. I guess I've never really thought about that, but I don't really know because I feel like a game almost has to have a certain whatever about it to
Yeah,
even
there
consider
has
it
to
to
be
be able
certain.
to do but like a
It's
game.
got
Well,
a
a
certain
game that
attribute.
I would like to see.
What if we
I think,
branch?
what about Worms? Is there a Worms esports?
I don't think you could. I mean, maybe, but I don't think it would be something that would be professional.
That'd be awesome.
Well,
I
I
would
mean
do
that's yeah. I mean it's not about like. I guess that's what the question's about. Really, is just. I
that.
mean,
Was a
personally,
question, Christian. What do you want?
Yeah.
If okay, honestly, Portal would have to do a little bit of work to get it to be there, but I think that you could do like Portal 2 style esports. I think that would be a blast. Like watching like people have like specific maps made just for tournaments or something like that, and it be based on more like speed than I don't want to watch some guy sit there and figure out a puzzle for 25 minutes, but
Oh,
just
like
being
everybody
able
doing
to.
like everyone sharing the same map and whoever finishes first, like that kind of thing, like
Or you
those
could
kind
do
of
like a
competitions,
speed
or
run thing, like two
Yeah,
people,
I'm
same map, different games, but see who can solve it the fastest. And you can turn any game into an esport if that's kind of what you're getting at.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, which game would you really want to see as an esport?
that'd be
Like
sweet.
just it could be anything. Yeah,
I could see Portal
I
2
mean,
doing that. That'd be pretty cool.
you can take Viva Pinata if you really want, and just say, I want to make that an esport, and
I don't
go
know
for
about
it.
I
Why
think
not?
that's
I'm just giving you
possibility.
options.
Ooh, I know. I know a possibility. Either Gears 2 or Gears 3.
I think those. I don't
I
know
think
if Gears had a
I
big
th
MLG, but
it did. I'm pretty sure Gears did have a big MLG. I know Gears 1 did.
I mean, I was big into Gears 1. Like, I know I said in the podcast last week about how Call of Duty was my high school. But that's true to a point, except for Call of Duty was
Gears of
my
War
after I
was
played Gears for like 3 hours, then I would play Call of Duty for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, Gears is more funner than Call of Duty.
More fun, yeah. That will be a widely debated topic right there, Tan Man.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I probably disagree with that.
Sorry, Call of Duty fans.
um,
I was an adrenaline
but
junkie, and I feel like Gears definitely brought that out. But go
Gears
ahead,
was
Taylor.
awesome. Yeah, I just love gore and murdering people, so Gears was definitely one of those games that fulfilled
And
my
that headshot sound.
appetite. Oh yeah, dude. But the whole esports thing, I mean, people, esports is crazy in one aspect and also very deceiving in another aspect. And the aspect of how crazy it is that in total prize winnings, I'm pretty sure MLG has put out like $7 million in prizes to people playing video games.
Well,
That's
not
ridiculous.
even MLG, like League of Legends and Smite. I mean, millions of dollars in these tournaments. It's crazy. Same thing
Well,
with
I know, but
StarCraft.
League of Legends tournaments are sponsored by MLG. They run through MLG, so that's why I said that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
MLG Pro Circuit, at least. But
My
the
personal.
bad
Go ahead.
Oh, so I was gonna say the bad thing about it is if you have an MLG team on game battles or whatever, and you're number one, guess what? You're probably not as good as the guys playing for thousands of dollars. And the bad thing about that is that kids think that they're phenomenal at video games just because they're top 10 on game battles. And it makes, I don't know, I guess it just gives kids an ego trip and maybe deceives them. Because, you've seen kids who think they're really good at games and they're like, oh, I'm going to grow up to be a professional video game player. And they
Oh
devote
yeah,
all their time
every kid.
to it. And their life is like wasted because they thought if they were good enough, they were going to be able to do that. But I don't know. At least I've
Well,
seen that a lot.
the people who play those games professionally, like they play the game. That's their job. Like they play that game 40 hours a week, probably more, and that's how they get that good. And they usually, if they're like a team, they usually play with their team that amount of time per week. So it's not just like they come home from school or from work or whatever and play for a couple hours a night. I mean, that is their job.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if they did come home from work or something like that, like the time they have to invest is still ridiculous. I mean, there's people that say they have nothing else to do with their life but sit at home and play video games, which, I mean, I don't think your life is well lived if that's all you do. I mean, personally, it's just I love video games, but they're a pastime to me. If that's your job, great. But I mean, just the amount of time that like people that it's not their job put into it is kind of crazy. Like when I hit like 200, 300 hours in Destiny, I was just like, what have I done? Um, but um, but yeah, I think that the esports like people, there are people that are that good that are just like the ability. There are people that are able to go spend like three hours, here and there on it and actually be good, but they're not gonna be the best, I guess is the way to say it. That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, and you know the saying, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are the ones that are like, a smoke grenade actually lasts for 32.6 seconds. And by the
Yeah,
end of it, like, they're analyzing the whole thing.
Right.
I threw this question out on Twitter and I got a few good responses. Uh, Josiah, well, at Josiah underscore Motley, tweeted me back and said, well, I guess I worded it a little specifically. I asked, do you think the esports craze is detrimental or helpful to gaming and game franchises as a whole? And he tweeted me back and said, the craze is a good thing. However, the drama that surrounds much of it is harmful. It makes it difficult to take seriously. So I replied back to him to kind of see what he meant by the drama. He said, so much he said, she said, players constantly switching teams, people like Keemstar perpetuating rumors as facts, a lot of immature drama, but he thinks it'll get better. It just needs time to mature. And I agree with that. And it was kind of funny, like the day after I asked that question, I saw an article on Kotaku, I think, that a few players had been kicked out of a Counter-Strike tournament for cheating, having like aimbots or something or other. And thinking back on it, that has happened a lot. Is people getting kicked out of these big tournaments for cheating, which I guess maybe it's the same kind of thing as professional sports players using steroids or what have you. Uh, but I think there needs to be a little, like, I don't know how to put it, a little more regulation to some of the stuff that's going on in the esports world. But I got some other replies. Our number one fan, Scooter Dad, of course, as usual, starts talking about something totally unrelated. So we're talking about EA Access or EA Sports. He probably got the same. I think he probably got confused. Like, I think, was it Tyler? You said that you talking about EA Sports. Anyways, we had another reply from at Xericef. That's Xericef. I'm sorry.
Is that a
Xer
prescription?
Xericeph. I'm having some trouble. Anyways, he says, I think esports are good for the industry because it makes people aware of gaming that may not follow gaming. That's a good point because, like Taylor said, these tournaments that are giving away millions of dollars, people might hear about that on news or something and be like, wow, that's a lot of money. I wonder what the whole deal is with this. Might get somebody into it that wouldn't normally be into it. But all the EA stuff that Scooter Dad started talking about kind of blew up a little bit. Might be a good topic for a future podcast. But that's about all the responses we got from Twitter. And I agree with most of them. But like I said earlier, I think there needs to be a little more regulation as far as the cheating and stuff, things that are outside of tournaments. Uh, the other thing I saw was some players like rigging a game, I guess you could say. Like they had agreed beforehand, all right, this team is gonna win, this team's gonna lose, and then other people had made like a tons of bets. I think some guy won like $10,000 or something from placing bets because the match was rigged to win. And I mean, it wasn't even close. It was like I don't know how they score it, but the score was like 16-4 or something ridiculous. Like they didn't even try to make it anywhere close. So it seems like there's tons of that stuff going on, which is very gives sports a very bad name. I guess same kind of thing with football or whatever, where
Yeah, all
people have been talking
sports.
about
Yeah.
the deflated balls and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't bet on baseball. That's a very common saying.
Yeah.
The for those of you who like Pete Rose, Cincinnati Reds fan, who probably will never get into the Hall of Fame because he bet on baseball. Um, you brought up something about the viewing of the esports that really got my mind thinking about like Halo 5 being out. It looks like it's made for esports. Like, I mean, I enjoyed playing
For
it, but
sure.
if I was just sitting there watching it, I mean, I know they did make it for esports, but it just like it has that feel to it. That is a lot of fun, fast paced. Like I've read a little bit about it. Like, yeah, they're making it for it, but I didn't want to believe the hype necessarily. I wanted to try it for myself, and it
Right.
it sure did deliver. And that was
Well,
one of those things that. Go ahead, Taylor.
well, I said the crazy. I mean, I know Halo 5 is gonna be made for it, but it's unbelievable. The breakthrough mode is made to the T for esports, and just the crazy how much of a transitioning feel it feels if you go from just regular Slayer to that. That's how it's always been. I mean, a game doesn't have to be competitive unless you're in that setting, and it will make the game competitive.
Yeah, I feel like that. I
Well,
mean, I loved Rainbow Six Vegas, and I played Terrorist Hunt like 95% of the time. But when I played game
No,
battles,
like all the time.
yeah, I play that game all the time. But the when I would play game battles with it, I mean, I enjoyed watching it as much as I did playing it because like just the cover system and oh, it was Rainbow Six Vegas 2, by the way. That does make a difference, but I mean, it was just enjoyable to watch and play, and I just think that that's very important in esports.
another thing about Halo 5 is all we've seen right now is the esports version. Like I'm sure there'll be maps with vehicles and like 8 versus 8, 16 player games and stuff like that. But all we've seen as of this point is just the 4v4 really, really close quarters maps. Um, kind of some of like Taylor said, the breakout game mode with the rounds. So there's certain parts of Halo that are tailored toward the esports thing, like every Halo game. But overall, it's something that everybody can pick up. It's not something that's kind of really focused on that. I think League of Legends is kind of the opposite. I don't really consider it something that you play for a lot of fun. Like I think I've talked about this before. Um, but it's really hard for new players to pick up. If you're just in there with a bunch of randoms, most of the time people don't really want to help you out and different things like that. StarCraft is kind of different. Um, But I think overall, the Halo is probably the best one at separating kind of the fun side of the game from the esports side of the game. You know what I'm saying?
The wheat from the chaff. That's what it's all about. Sifting it out. You can totally delete that if you want.
Wait, what was your question, Christian? I kind of spaced.
I just said, like, do you agree that Halo has done a really good job of separating just having fun with the game from like the esports side of the game? Like anybody can pick it up and have fun without
Christian, that's what
doing
I
any of the
just
esports
said.
stuff. What?
I just said that. That's like how I started the conversation was when I said the difference between the breakout mode and the regular mode was how the
Right,
one
right.
was catered to it and the other one wasn't.
But you didn't go into detail.
Well, what you said is exactly what I said, so thank you for
I
reiterating
just
it.
expounded on what you
Guys, I would like to
explained.
talk about how there are game modes specifically made for esports, and then there's other games modes specifically made for just playing normally. I think that we should touch up on that subject because I don't know enough about it.
Oh,
If you
okay.
care
Well,
to
Yeah,
Christian can
elaborate.
expound on that.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Anyways,
Tanner. I'm sorry. I just like ripped the earbud out of his ear.
Oh, poor. That hurts. I know that feeling. Anyways, Christian.
when I had kind of thought of this question, I was thinking more along the lines of esports being detrimental as a whole to games. That's kind of the way I feel about it a little bit. Uh, and you kind of see this example in a lot of the RTS games, real-time strategy games on the PC. Things like Age of Empires, Command and Conquer, uh, Company of Heroes, things like that, where they used to be, like Age of Empires used to be more about kind of building your city or your base up, collecting resources, doing things like that, where nowadays it's mostly about building buildings that just generate resources and then you just crank out the units and go fight. I I'm not really a fan of that style of game. And StarCraft is has always really been the same, like how it is now with StarCraft 2 is basically how it was in the beginning, where you still did have to gather the resources, but it was still a very quick process. You didn't have to have all the different stuff. But I feel like in that sense, I don't really like where it's gone because of the esports. Because when people are watching it, they want to watch something that's really quick, really fast. They don't want to sit there and watch somebody take all the time to build their base and progress through like the different tech trees or whatever. And I'm not really a fan of that. I wish there were more RTS games how they were before.
Well, I think that just from a very shooter-oriented person, I mean, we all kind of are, but especially in Call of Duty, it makes it almost makes the game because of people make it so competitive for that kind of reason. Like they want to be good. I don't know if like they've been influenced by that or they just heard of people and they've seen people online or whatever and they're like, "Oh, I want to be like them." And it changes the attitude of players. Like you don't have to be a jerk to be good at a game. And I know that I mean I've ran into it. Like in a Call of Duty game when if you get beat like 75 to like 3 or like 75 to 3, that's totally unheard of. But if that happened at the end of the lobby, you would hear the other team like, just saying every single thing in the book because they think they're really good. Because I don't know, I feel like
Oh yeah.
the
Because
overcompetitiveness has put a damper on most players.
Well, on the flip
yeah, I love.
side, like if
Yeah,
say you're a new player or whatever on the team, or you're not that good at the game. I mean, maybe you're like average or whatever, but if you're not doing as good as everybody else, I mean, they're gonna like destroy you, like sit there and rag on you the whole time because you're not doing as good. And if you lose, I mean, it's just a really, really negative atmosphere.
I remember in Call of Duty, it's like I was a Prestige 2, and I was like, man, I'm a noob. Like
'Cause
that's what it kind of
I was
felt
the
like.
10th prestige. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
because
you know what? I'll agree. Like when I went into lobbies and I was the 10th prestige and I saw these like no prestiges, I first thought was like, and even I mean, you were Christian. What like when you're a higher rank, it's automatic. Like, oh, I'm gonna own these kids. Like they
Oh
suck.
yeah, of
Like I'm so
course.
much better than them.
then it really drives you nuts when you get killed by a low rank.
Yeah, that's why I never talk. I learned to not talk smack before a game because you never know what's gonna happen. So
Well, that's my thought on how it is on gaming as a whole. I think it's done more bad than good. What do you guys think?
no, I think that's an incorrect statement.
Okay, do you care to explain?
Uh, no, not really. Because I think that esports
All right,
brings
stop the
in
recording. We're done.
esports
It's over.
esports brings in a whole different caliber of players, I think, to the game, and honestly, it makes me feel like people, and for a lot of people, it's nothing to just have fun and enjoy the game, but a lot of people take pride in being good at games, and they don't have to be whatever about it. Like they can be good at a game and acknowledge that and be like, this is my hobby and I enjoy it because I'm good at it. And I think that being competitive in esports is, as long as you go about it the right way. I mean, I'm all for killing people with a big
Well,
head and everything.
somebody that's I don't know. I mean, I feel like somebody that's good at the game, but like wants to help other people. I just haven't seen that a whole lot.
I think that I mean, just with any sport you go to, you've got guys with big heads that are just like, man, it's me versus the world. And you know what? If you were, that good, you would be where I'm at and not me being here. And I mean, there is
Right.
some truth to that. I mean, but at the same time, like, I mean, you look at how many guys like Peyton Manning who get up every day, go do their job. They don't talk about it. They're real humble about it, and they shut people up by just being there. Like they don't have to taunt, they don't have to do anything. And at the end of the day, when they do bad, you know what? They're the same person they were before. Like they don't blow off steam because it's like, oh man, you just he didn't go get himself humbled just because he was talking smack the whole game and then everybody wants to kill the quarterback. No, you're simple about it. And like I feel like with any game that happens, and it's just like people who talk big, you want to shut them up, and it like you get. I mean, personally, I get mad if like somebody's talking smack. I want to go after that person specifically and just make sure that they do not have a fun time and just ruin their day. I know that's like not near as nice as it should be, but it's just that's what makes me think of
Well,
like
that's
trying
definitely
to.
true. I mean, that's like we were talking about last week with the people that teabag. Like somebody teabags you, like that's it. You're going out. You're going after that guy. That's a pretty good discussion on esports as a whole. If
Right on.
the listeners want to respond, please do so at the New Leaf Crew on Twitter or email us at thenewleafcrew@gmail.com. But the question for next week is, what is your opinion on the free-to-play model? Seems like tons and tons of games are coming out like that, especially on the PC. Not as much on the console, but I think there are a few that are coming out on the console this year and just recently released. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. You guys want to sign out? Like I said, I am at McJustin pretty much everywhere, but especially on Twitter is the best place you can reach me. Taylor, how can the folks reach you?
On Instagram at Taylor Loves Allison. That's Allison with two L's and Taylor with an E, or I mean an O, because people think my name spelled an E.
Taylor with an E.
Taylor with an E.
And also, guys, join the Instagram page. I know it doesn't seem like you're gonna get any information out of that. But it's kind of just a thing to see how well we can get responses from social media aspects of the whole equation. So, but the Instagram
Well, like,
name
if
is
you're
stop talking. The
if you're on
Instagram name is
Instagram,
at new_leaf_crew. And then my gamer tag is TaylorMade space 1994. So continue, Christian.
I was just gonna say, if somebody's on Instagram but they're not on Twitter, Facebook, all that other stuff, then that's a good spot for them.
Yeah, and you can
Tyler?
find me on Facebook. Got the New Leaf Podcast is the page that we have, and just working on that, getting that updated a little bit, and comment, let us know what you think about our podcast, and we'll start posting the podcast links there. I have yet to do it yet, and my apologies.
Yeah, I can see if I can switch our hosting settings around to where I post that, because it does post to my personal Facebook now. But I can see if we can switch that over.
And Tanner, where can we find you at?
Ooh, well, you through Tyler's Facebook or through Tan the Man 13 on Xbox 360 or not 360 Xbox One, sorry, Xbox One. And there's numbers in the mix. I forget the numbers.
Yeah, his name is T4N, and then space, and then it's M4N, space, and then, wait, Tan the Man. It's
Yeah.
somewhere in there. Those were the numbers. The 3 may be an E. The E may be a 3. I don't know what's going on at this point.
It was Tyler who made my gamer tag, so...
Yeah, and I can't remember it, so it's right on. We'll get that out. Maybe we can post something about our gamer tags that we commonly use. I will tell you that since we've had these gamer tag things, I think that I've been getting spam mail from someone. I don't blame anybody here that's listening, but I think that like once I posted up some of my information, I just like I posted my social security number and my address and my credit card. That's what you're supposed to do, kids. All of that information on the internet.
No.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's weird that you're getting spam from that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm getting spam. No, I have gotten like a couple people that are like, "Hey, you need to try out this website," and it's weird. I've banned everyone that's I've gotten that from, but I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence and it's from like Destiny or something when I played, or I don't know.
All right, well, that's a wrap for the official episode 3 of the New Leaf Podcast.
I love you guys.
Love you. That was weird.
I'll see you next week. I'm talking to the
I love
fans, not you.
I love
Gosh.
the listeners. Yeah,
I'm
man,
sure,
that was really weird. You made that super awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Caw, caw.
J-word.
You can go now, Taylor.
Okay. Well,
That was
folks, that's all.
That's all, folks. That's right. Believe. Yeah.
It's Tyler. It's Tanner.
Signing off.
Once I said for Tyler.
You can call me at 855-7534.
Topic for next week.
Whose number
So
is
the
that?
topic, I have no idea. I just made it up off the top of my head.